Welcome to Module 10, where we take a look at a common problem. People saying they don't have enough time. Time management is a huge topic, and there are many resources to help you with that. I'll just say a couple of things here. Saying you don't have enough time is an excuse. It's really about priorities. We find the time for the things that are truly important to us. You can find the time. We all have the same number of hours in a day or a week. It's a matter of how we allocate them, how we use them, and how we can do things more efficiently, more effectively, and really prioritize the things that are important in our workplaces and everywhere in our lives. Now, here I'm talking specifically about the workplace and specifically about the issue of devoting time to sustainability initiatives, leadership, and getting employees involved. Speaking of getting employees involved, the more people who are involved in a green team, a sustainability committee, working on these initiatives, the less time it may take from each person. To a certain extent, right? If you get too many cooks in the kitchen, then you can have other problems. But you need to get the right people in the right room at the right time and make it a priority. If there is a meeting every second Wednesday at 10 a.m., you need to make sure that people are going to be there and you're not going to schedule some other thing that conflicts with that. Another thing is to celebrate the small wins, because that is going to give people the incentive to keep prioritizing the work and keep going because they feel that their efforts are recognized. These are big problems that we're solving for. And it's not that magically you put this team together, you get this group of however many employees, and you have a great leader, and all of a sudden you've achieved amazing, great things. You're going to achieve things a little bit at a time, and when you celebrate each of those steps, it just builds morale and gets people to say, yes, I'm going to sign up to continue doing this. And another really important thing with the priorities, and we'll get into this a little bit, is those connections between different departments at a company. Because when you're working in silos, you're often going to be duplicating the work, or you are sometimes working at cross purposes. And that is really not a good use of anybody's time. You also have to have the buy-in of top leadership. I have talked to a number of people who are tasked with a sustainability program at their company, and they feel the CEO is not really behind it. They're just giving lip service. They, meaning the top executives, need to have buy-in. So in building connections between different departments, one thing I've mentioned is you need to have marketing and sustainability groups talking to each other. In my work, because I have a background in materials science and semiconductor manufacturing, I often work with companies that are making physical products. They have engineers, designers, and those type of people working on designing the next generation of products. Those people need to be involved in the sustainability decisions. Engineering, production, and supply chain all need to be talking to each other and all need to be involved in the green team or the sustainability committee. They need to be empowered to make changes. And sometimes somebody on the production floor may have an excellent idea for reducing waste, improving efficiency, changing up how they're doing things that is going to be a better answer environmentally. And the thing is to trust them, listen to them, support them. The engineers also need to work with both procurement and the people who are physically building the products that they're designing. So it's listen to all these people and help them listen to each other. And then you can make the change that you want to make. So that when one group says, well, we just need to change this, the other groups weigh in and say either, you are absolutely right, let me help you do it, or I see a problem with that because here are my constraints. And if you are openly sharing all this, then hopefully you can come up with solutions that'll help move things forward. When it comes to involving senior leadership, those people are in charge of a lot of things and the big strategic picture of where the company is going. They probably feel that they don't have time for the little details. The message that I invite you to share with them is that we need you to sign off on this. We need you to be willing to allocate our time and certain budgets to the work, and we will run with it. We will not ask you to micromanage anything. We will execute the plan and report back so that you will have something positive to share with your stakeholders. The message is give us the autonomy, give us the authority, support us without it taking a huge amount of your time. This is possible. Now it's your turn to review the plan that you've been making for involving more employees and giving everybody a voice. How can you redirect focus? How can you help people be efficient with the time they have to devote to this? Earlier, I mentioned the idea of an employee survey. This is another place to consider that. Who else can you involve? How can you involve them? How can you make best use of everyone's skills, abilities, and interests to be efficient with your time and make positive progress toward the goals and purpose that you set out for your green team?